It's day 2 of our Christmas bonanza, but we've prepped all the stuff we can prep yesterday, and the guests will be coming soon, so we are ready to do the rest of the work. It is summer in South Africa and watermelons are in season, and it's one of my kids' absolute favorites. So one of the side dishes that we're going to make is a spiced watermelon salad. Now, for the dressing, it's pretty much like a sugar syrup with a bit of acidity and a bunch of spices going through it, and then we will build the salad on that. So for the dressing, we've just got some water. Again, you can wing it. Let's call it a cup of water, where we're going to be adding, let's call it half a cup of sugar. Okay. Then, whoa, everything's going everywhere. We've got some cardamom buds, we've got some fennel seed, we've got some cumin, we've got some cinnamon, we've got some clove, ginger, black pepper, star anise, and some juniper berries that we're just going to be adding into that. Then we're just going to add a pinch of salt and the juice of 2 lemons. Now we're going to bring up the heat, and you just want to cook that to reduce down, not to a syrup, but just to liquid that is not quite as runny as water. So our dressing has been reduced by half, and you would see the color has changed as well. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to pour it into the bowl and keep it in the fridge overnight. Well, this can last for 2 weeks maybe, but what I would recommend is to keep all the spices inside of the dressing until the next day, just so it can release all of that flavors beautifully into the dressing. As you can see, it is still runny, but as it cools down, it will become a bit thicker. But you don't want it too thick because we're going to mix it through the watermelon as well. And there you have it. You will not believe the smell that is coming from this small little bowl. It is really Christmas in a bowl. So we'll just give it a taste to see that everything is where we want it. Beautiful. This is going to be excellent with that watermelon. We're going to start by marinating our watermelon that I've cut into cubes. As such, you can cut it in any size you want. Then we've got our beautiful dressing that we made yesterday that I'm just going to strain over the watermelon. Lovely. Keep that aside. Then I'm just going to be adding 1 bird's eye chili just to give it a slight bit of a kick. I've got some mint and some spring onion that I'm going to be chopping up and mixing through the salad. The watermelon has been marinated, and we're going to keep it aside until it's ready to be served with the rocket and the feta. So you can keep this in the fridge. I would recommend it to be at least for 1 or 2 hours, and it should be lovely. We're going to be making a beautiful roasted butternut salad. So we're going to start off by making the dressing, which is so simple and easy. It's absolutely fabulous. So we're going to start off with some plain Greek yogurt. A generous helping of mayonnaise. This is Kewpie mayo, but you don't have to use that. You can use any mayo that you've got at home. Just a generous bit of that. Some salt. Pepper. Be generous with the pepper. Some garlic that we're going to finely chop. The zest and the juice of 1 lemon. Whisk that together. Amazing. This dressing, even as a dipping sauce, fabulous. Another component for our butternut salad is pickled red onions. This is as easy as falling out of a tree. So all we're going to do, we're going to take these red onions, slice them thinly, place them into a jar, add some vinegar, sugar, salt, and a bit of extra water, shake it up, and keep it in the fridge. We've got some beautiful chopped up butternut that you can use pumpkin as well, but butternut I prefer. We're going to cook this off in the pizza oven. You can do it in normal oven. This is going to be cooked off and then cooled down because this has to go into our salad. So what we're going to do, we're just going to drizzle it with some olive oil. We're going to season it with salt, pepper, sugar, and some cinnamon powder. And that's it. Give it a good mix and it's ready for the oven. For one of our side dishes, we're going to do the infamous Brussels sprouts, the love-hate relationship between most of the people. So I've just cut them all up in half. which we're just going to quickly blanch them. You don't want to overcook these and make it soggy and pale and rubbish. So we're just going to quickly blanch them off. Then we're going to fry off some bacon, some sage, some capers with lovely butter and season it with salt and pepper, and it will be amazing. Our Brussels sprouts has been blanched for 5 minutes, and as you can see, they still have that beautiful green color. It's not pale or anything. So what we're going to do now, in a pan, we're just going to saute off some bacon. And then when that's nice and crispy, we're going to add our Brussels sprouts, and we want to give a nice bit of color onto the Brussels sprouts. Not burn it, but it does. You will see it gets a nice little brown char onto it. Then we're going to add some capers and butters and sage right at the end, just to sort of give that extra flavor. Then we're going to season it with salt and pepper. So there we have it. Quick, easy, and absolutely delicious. So we've got some potatoes that we just pre-cooked. You can do this at least 2-3 days ahead of time, which we've just cut into sort of segments, whichever size you like. I've cut them into quarters. They can last in the fridge for 3-4 days. You can freeze them as well. Then we're going to make a butter with confit, garlic, and some rosemary that we're just going to drizzle over it with some parmesan to finish it off. So we're going to deep fry those. Meanwhile, while the oil is heating up, we're just going to make our butter sauce. So in a pan, we're just going to heat it up. Get a nice knob of butter. Knobby. And while that's heating up, we're just going to take some rosemary. Just de-stalk it. You want to chop it up finely. Our butter is nice and hot. We're just going to add our chopped rosemary. We've got some confit garlic, which I'll make an episode on that on a future date. But so it's just basically been butter that has been cooked in olive oil over a long period of time at a low heat. And it is pretty much, as you can see, you can mash it up, but it gives incredible flavor. So we're going to add that into the butter. So the smell that comes out of here is incredible. So what we're going to do now, just going to take a masher, because we just want to mash up that garlic so that when we're going to drizzle this over the potatoes that has been fried, we want that flavor to go all over. Our oil is at 190 degrees Celsius. We're using canola oil, and we're going to fry our potatoes off in batches. Don't overfill your fryer or your pot, because it will pour over and it can become a dangerous situation. as you saw, this was so easy. And at the last moment, you can just sort of get everything together. We've got our butternut salad, we've got a watermelon salad, we've got our smoked chicken, we've got some beautiful pork belly, leg of lamb, applesauce, gravy, we've got the Brussels sprouts, got our potatoes. Before I forget, we're just gonna, while the potatoes, you don't have to do this, just give it a nice grating of Parmesan. And as soon as this is done, we are ready to dish up. Cheers, everyone, and a Merry Christmas.